Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, I have a blistering headache. Tyler, take it from here.
What? Okay.
Oh, you kid!
Welcome to the Kiel Show, everybody. It is the Men's Olympic Hockey Edition, because last week we did the women's. This week we're doing the men's, because the men's started on Wednesdays. So that's why we're doing it on a Monday, because... he's trying to breathe. Oh, he wants his coffee. Okay, he needs coffee. He needs coffee. Wake up. He'll be out here. He'll be out of commission for a minute. But,
go on without me!
Well, okay, if you keep talking, I won't be able to do it! But long story short, we're doing it today, because it took a long time for it to upload last week, so we're trying to upload today, so by Wednesday it'll be up, and you guys will be able to watch it. Somehow we had 12 views, Alex.
Something like that.
Yeah, 12 views, Alex! Are you awake?
I'm getting there.
Okay. Yeah, we had 12 views on it. It was like in a day, too. So someone must have actually watched it, or they probably clicked it, and then they saw it was an hour and a half. We'll get more into that later. We're just doing it right now. I gotta send me something. Okay. Anyway, so we are here. So we'll start in Group C. Group C features the third. This is with the world rankings. They are third ranked Sweden, fourth ranked Finland. That's gonna be a good game. 8th ranked Germany and 9th ranked Norway, who had to qualify last year. So this is their 11th appearance in the Olympics. They were almost relegated. This is actually their third straight, which is impressive for the Norwegians. Their best finish, though, was 8th, and that was back in the Munich Games of 1972. And they're not too great on the World Championships either, because they are 4th. Their best finish was 4th, and that was back in 1951. Actually, the roster has quite a bit of hockey experience combined for like in a tournament like this where there's no NHL. There's 145 games of total experience. Their goaltender is probably going to be Lars Hogan, as Elite Prospects pronunciation says. Lars Hogan. And we will make sure we put, yes, we will also put the Elite Prospects page in the description of the video here down below so you guys can see all of the... Will you get the hell up here for Flip Flounder and sakes? It looks like there's one side to this dang thing.
I'm dying.
Jeez. But look, so long story short, so you guys can look at the rosters, look at the standings, keep up to date. You can look back at all the player stats. It's a lot easier because some of these stats are not on HockeyDB or whatever. So Elite Prospects is probably the way to go for most of these players. So Lars Hogan will be the goaltender. Arguably, he's 30 years old, and he's played in the KHL and the Swedish League both from 2011 to present. In 169 games, he has played with 2.39 goals against and a .919 save percentage. So not too bad.
Who's their backup?
Their backup is Henrik Hockland, and he's
Hockland. Do it for me. Do it for the fans. Get rid of Hogan.
So he's about 23 years old. He hasn't played a whole lot of top tier hockey. He's only played in the SHL. That was last season. It was 298, 897 goals against in 22 games. Now he plays in the German 2 League, and he's got good numbers, 34 games, 1.69, but that is in the German 2 League. So he'll probably be the backup. Lars will probably start. So not a whole lot expecting. I mean, Norway is, because they had Zuccarello, and there was a couple other guys from Norway in the last Olympics, so that's why they were able to compete. But this year, I don't know.
Some of these smaller countries like your Kazakhstan, stuff like that, and Norway. These are like the teams that you really depended on your NHL players to compete.
Yeah,
so,
Nick Gantz
Nick
Gantz probably make a comeback. Anyway, so on defense they have Jonas oh gosh.
Don't forget the Kopitar's there.
No, Kopitar's in Slovenia.
Well, yeah, but still.
All right, let's get this one right. Yeah, all right.
Jonas Holos?
Jonas Hulas. He played back in 2010-2011 with the Avalanche. In 39 games, he only had 6 points, 6 assists, -3. He's been playing in the Swedish League and the KHL since then, or actually kind of around then too. 123 points in 415 games, not too shabby. He's a -3 as a defenseman, so that's not necessarily the best.
Well, don't forget, Ty, he also played for Lake Erie and got the same amount of points, but he actually, instead of having a -1 or -3, he had a +1.
That's true, but of course, the American League was Lake Erie good back. Oh, was that the Cashiers? No, Cash was in 09.
That was after the Cashiers. No,
I missed Cashua. He was fun to watch. All right, Matthias Norstebo is probably the other guy to watch for Norway. He's only been playing the SHL, and he's got 17 points in 142 games. And like this, he's a +13 though, which is solid. However, you have to understand, like with Norway, it's gonna be tough for them. It's gonna be hard. There's not like it's gonna be a very rough tournament for them.
I don't see them making the top 6.
Oh, Alex, can you look up the format? Look up the format while I keep going through this here, because I forget. I know it's not the top 6. It's different in the men's. I know that for sure. So let's move up to the front, to the forwards. Their best player probably is gonna be Patrick Thorson. He's 34 years old. He played a couple years in the QMJ. Played a couple seasons in the NHL. 24 points, 106 games. Actually got in the playoffs. Oh, right, he was with Philly. Forgot he was. Forgot who he played with, but he was in Philly back in the '08 playoffs. His AHL total is kind of similar, 32 points in 34 games, a little bit better. And his Europe totals are, he has 485 points in 535 games and a plus 171. That's pretty good. I mean, because I said, like, I think most of those coming in the Swiss League this season. He played in the KHL, or he played for SK St. Petersburg. Of course, he's got 11 points in 13 games with SKA. Not too shabby. He had 45 points last year in 50 games with the ZSC Lions. Wherever Austin Matthews played. Mathis Olm's another guy. 306 points in 423 games playing in the DEL, the German league, and the Swiss league. And Ludwig Hoff. Ludwig Hoff's actually kind of an interesting one. I picked him because he's a younger guy, maybe someone to look for in the future. Right now he's playing college or playing university here. In the States, he's got a little bit of an upside to him. Like you said, he's young. He's only 21 years old. From Norway. Let's see, he plays for North Dakota.
All right, so who else do we have from Norway?
Norway. That's about it for Ludwig Hoff.
All right, so doing a little sidebar here off of Norway before we go on to the next one. Just going over the format of the Olympic.
What's the medal?
So how it goes is each team, the first 5 days. Each team gets 3 games to seed the bracket, and then the top team and the highest scoring runner-up receive a bye into the quarterfinals, and then from there.
So 6 teams automatically make it.
Correct.
Okay.
Well, actually, no. There's.
Yes, there's.
Yeah, there's. So that's your 6 teams going to the quarterfinals.
Oh, there is qualification playoffs.
And there are qualification playoffs.
Who makes that?
According to. Hold on here.
What channel are you on right now? Bleacher Report, okay.
I am on the Bleacher Report.
He's on Bleacher.
So what happens is from the quarterfinals you have...
Scroll back up. I can probably read it. Keep going.
So what happens is each team... So you have your 6 teams, so your highest scoring team and then your runner-up. And from there you have your 6 teams and then that's the quarterfinals basically. And then the winners of those games go to the semis. And then you're basically left with...
So whatever 2 teams... So there's 2, and the 2 teams after those teams. So like the 2 best teams after.
Yeah. So that's how they decide who goes to the gold medal game and then who goes for the bronze.
Okay, so that's how it works. So 8 teams. So I was right. I figured it was 8 teams. I just didn't know how that was going to work.
Yeah.
So we're going to move over to Germany, Deutschland. This is their 20th appearance. Their first since I think 2010. I don't think they didn't make it in Sochi. They've had 2 bronze medals, but that last one came in 1976. They have not finished above 5th since then. So pretty much since the West German East German combination, they have not done a whole lot.
I mean, hey, at least they got 2 silver medals in the World Cup of Hockey.
No, that's the World Championship, Alex.
Whatever.
That last one came in 1953. Like I said, West Germany was a lot better. So their goaltender we're going to look at is probably going to be Alex. You're more German than I am.
Dennis Andras.
He's playing in the DEL. I forget who he's playing for, but
wait, he played a year in the NHL or the AHL. Who he played for?
Did
it say?
It did say Dennis Andras. He played 1 year in the American League.
While you're looking for that, so
he played in 2012 for the Houston Aeros. Played in only 6 games, 2.46.
Houston Aeros, good team.
But he's playing for Alder Mannheim. Mannheim in the DEL, and he's got
that's a great team.
2.86 goals against, 905 save percentage of 383 games. But don't be surprised.
That's not too bad.
It's not awful, but DEL is probably the 3rd. I'd say the Swiss. I say even the Swiss league's better than the German league.
Well, the Swiss, if we're gonna go based on goals, the Swiss league's better. However, I think it goes
KHL, Swiss league, Swedish league, and maybe Finnish or German league, depending on who you talk to.
I would say the German league's either the 3rd or the 4th best league in Europe right now. But I think their type of hockey is better for the passing tic-tac-toe kind of play. They don't have a lot of high-scoring games though.
No. But they have a pretty good backup though. Danny Sudenbergen. Danny Sudenbergen. He's playing for EHSE München. Pretty good numbers this year in 25 games. 2.08 goals against, 9.29 save percentage. So be on the wear-outs for him if you ever see Andras get pulled there. Defense, they got a little bit of experience. We'll look at
Christian Eyre. Huff.
Yep.
I'll take this next one.
You want this
here.
one?
I want this one.
Why? Because you actually know the guy.
Because I know the guy.
Because you know who he is.
I know who he is. Heck yeah.
One of the few that you'll see in the European teams.
Yep. So his NHL totals going from 2003 to 2016. He's got 789 games played. That's flipping good.
Actually, I think it's one of the upper end. Because
so he's got a lot of potential a lot of potential, but a lot of experience here
playing against North American teams,
which is really nice when you have a team or a player that formerly played in the NHL that moved on to playing in a different league like the KHL or the DHL.
Captain. I believe he's the captain too, if I'm not mistaken.
He might be, but
no, he's not. That's for a guy we're about to talk about in a minute here. Keep
So 789 games played. He's got 74 goals, 266 assists for a grand total of 340. Man, I love when the math works out. With a plus 48. Very good numbers there.
Especially since he played with Buffalo, too, for a couple of those years.
That's true. With 73 games played in the playoffs, a total of 34 points, 7 goals, 27 assists with a minus 12, but still pretty all right. Then he actually
played the playoffs, so.
And then he played for Cleveland Barons.
Back in the day.
1.5 years.
But currently he's in the Deutsch League right now.
He is in the Deutsch League. You'll see a lot of these
you'll see a lot of
players playing for the Deutsch League because they're Deutsch and they like the Deutsch.
What I've noticed is you see a lot of players play in their local, except for maybe Slovenia and Korea. There's a lot of Koreans playing the Deutsch League, but guys that play outside of their But you'll see Germany playing the DEL. You see the Swiss playing the National League. You'll see Sweden playing the Swiss League. You'll see the Swedish League.
If Yager would have played, he would have played for the Czechs.
Well, if his league if the league he
plays for the team that he owns.
Yeah, but that is a tier 2 Czech team. That's not the extra league team. That's a tier 2 team.
Still,
and they do not break for the Olympics.
But still though, he's still playing for a Czech team in Czechoslovakia.
He could if he wanted. No, Czech Republic.
Czech Republic. I'm sorry. It's just Czechoslovakia rolls off the tongue. Czech Republic's fucking.
Anyways, let's keep going here. Let's move on to Jannik Seidenberg. He played a year in the Western Hockey League. Actually made a Memorial Cup appearance with the Medicine Hat Tigers.
Yeah, go Tydomi.
And Chris Osgood played for them.
He did, didn't he?
Yeah, back in the day. But he's got 366 points, plus 76 and 770 DEL games, so that's not too bad there. But moving up front here, a little bit of a we'll wait for him there, but we'll go with Patrick Reimer first. We'll scroll down a little bit here. He's pretty high scoring there in the Dell. He's got 600 points, 708 games. That's a pretty good point per game average.
Not too bad.
Not one, but pretty good. His partner probably be Dominic You want this one?
Cahoon.
Dominic Cahoon. 71 points, 101 games. That was in the OHL. He played back in the OHL from 2012 to 2014. He's got 110 points in 156 games. I think, it's weird because you see these guys they do well in the Dell, but how are they going to do against this? Because they're in a tough. They got Sweden and Finland. Those are two. Yes, you have Norway, but you have Sweden and Finland.
I think this Olympics is going to be a really. It's going to be a game changer for how you view the nations individually.
It's more wide open, yes. I think it's going to be a lot more.
Especially without all the NHL players. I don't want to say cluttering, but cluttering up the standings. You get to see more the nation for who they are as local players.
Yeah.
So when you're looking at Germany, they're all playing in the German league, and like you said, you could say that for the Swedish and the Finnish players and stuff like that, where they're playing in their home countries compared to coming over to the United States. Well, even so, there's obviously some former AHL players.
But speaking of NHL players, the captain of Germany is going to be Marcel Goetsch. And for those who know him, he played for Edmonton back in the day. Let's see, he played for San Jose, played for Nashville, played for Florida.
He's got experience, guys.
He didn't play for Edmonton? I thought he played for Edmonton.
2003 to 2015.
I played for Florida. Why was I thinking Edmonton? But yes, 188 points.
Because they're not good.
He was always a third or fourth liner, never too great. But
hey,
again, more experience, I guess. Let's see. I think has he played? Yeah, he played back in the 2010 Olympics and the 06 Olympics. So he has experience on this kind of stage. So I think that bringing in, especially with probably in a very inexperienced locker room, that's going to be huge.
Yeah.
So now we move over to the Scandinavia side. Finland with their 16th straight appearance in the Olympics. They have never won gold. They've won 2 silvers back in 1988, 2006, and 4 bronze, 1994, 1998, 2010, and 2014. They are they're the part of the big six. You know, Canada, U.S., Sweden, Finland, Russia, and technically the Czech Republic. But that may fall off here pretty quick. But we'll have to
like I said, it's going to be one of those ones where you see what the country is for who they are, not their NHL players.
But they have some experience here. Of course, Kari Ramo's probably going to be their starter.
I'm really no doubt about it.
Really excited for him. Hunter, his numbers aren't fantastic, but then we have to look at the fact that he never played on good teams.
I mean, but here's the thing though. Who else do they have other than Mikko Koskinen?
Well, Mikko Koskinen is an interesting one.
He plays for St. Petersburg, 29-year-old. Tell me more about him.
It's so crazy because he's got a 1.48 goals against 28 games. But of course, then again, you're playing for St. Petersburg. You're playing with Datsuk, you're playing with Kovalchuk, you're playing with guys that are the top tier of the KHL. And we know how widespread that is. They are the best of the best. So of course, then again, the numbers could be flawed. But I see Ramos starting. Do not be shocked if Koskinen gets in if Ramos fails. But so let's go out to the blue line now. Miro Heiskanen. He's actually a young kid. He's only 18 years old. First round pick, 3rd overall by the Dallas Stars. I think it was. Did he play in this year's or last year's World Juniors?
He played in last year's. He didn't play this year's.
In 11 games, he had 3 assists last year. And La Liga, LM Liga, the top tier Finnish league, he's got 29.62 games. That's the best thing about the junior league, Europe, is that junior guys, like guys that usually play juniors, would be playing pro. So they're playing against men. So that's always kind of.
That's just. I think that's better for them with their development, especially when you look at players like Rasmus Dahlin. There's no E at the end.
You ask anyone. When we get there, I'll click the.
We'll get there when we get there.
Probably one of his guys will probably play with his twice his age, Lasse Kuka. All right, let's get this one.
I'm gonna say Kukkonen.
Lasse Kukkonen.
There it is, Kukkonen.
He only played almost 160 games in the NHL. Not too many points there. In the KHL, though, I mean, he doesn't have that. He's not a big point man. He's actually more of a stay-at-home defenseman. He's a big guy. He's gonna be huge for them back then with that experience because he's played in the World Championships before. So I think for him, it's gonna be just stay calm in the blue line, kind of help out guys like Heiskanen. So it's going to be interesting how it goes.
I mean, looking at his records, he has far more assists than he has goals, so I think he's going to be really feeding those front three.
Yeah. So moving up to the forwards, another first-round pick, this time from Nashville, Eli Tolvanen. Let's see, played in the USHL and had 92 points in 2 seasons and 101 games. That's got to be last year. Is it this year's? Where's Eli? There he is on this. See? I put the stats down, but I didn't see. He played in the World Juniors this is in two World Juniors, 12 points in 11 games. That's pretty good.
It's not bad.
It's not bad at all. This year in the KHL, he's played 47 games. He's got 17-17 for 34 points. That's pretty good. He's playing with Joker, right? I think this is either their first or second year in the KHL. So Finland, another competitive team. Odds are they're going to be in the top 2, playing with a pool like Germany and Norway.
Are we going to go over to Sweden now?
Yeah, we're going to go over to Sweden. Sweden's going to be fun.
20th appearance, 10th straight, 2 golds. That's what they hold over Finland. 3 silver and 4 bronze. Their world championship record is 10 golds, 17 silver, and 16 bronze. They're good.
And the best part is they have 2 goaltenders, 2 NHL goaltenders. They have Jonas Enroth and
former NHL goaltenders.
I said former.
No, you just said NHL.
2 former NHL goaltenders. Victor Fast and Jonas Enroth. Enroth, the former Leaf great Jonas Enroth. 284 goals against a 909 save percentage, 153 games played. Don't forget that is including all of his time with Buffalo. Those aren't off. I mean, that's okay. 2.84 a little high, but then again, like we said, Buffalo. But he has experience, and if he plays in front of a good team, which is they're not looking too bad.
They're not looking bad, but I'm gonna say if he were in the North American system, he's an AHL starter at best.
Well, yeah, he played for the San Diego Gulls last year at the end of the season.
Yeah.
And Victor Fast, not too many games played, but he kind of had a really good start with Anaheim, and then he got traded to Edmonton.
You could say that his start was fast.
Dogs are barking because your joke was dumb. 150, but however, his European totals are pretty good though. 158 games played, 1.9 goals against, or 9.6, and a 9.24 save percentage. So the goaltending for Sweden is not going to be an issue, I don't think.
Neither is their defense.
Former Toronto Marley great Stefan Kronwall. Yeah. Let's go.
You need to stop yourself. Even though
4.66 games played. Okay.
Even though both of us are wearing Toronto gear, you need to calm yourself down.
I know, but let's see. His real numbers really come in the KHL, though. He in 375 games, he's going 161 points plus 70. I mean, that's pretty good. And his partner,
Rasmus.
Nope. We're gonna hit
Rasmus Dahlin.
Rasmus Dahlin.
Dahlin. I've heard Dahlin. I've heard Dahlin. Now it's Dahlin.
I'm saying Dahlin.
Whatever. Rasmus
Dahlin.
The number 1 draft pick in this coming draft. Hands down, if you think otherwise, guess what? You are wrong.
I feel bad for the kid, because whoever tanks is going to get him.
Buffalo's in the running.
No, I don't want Rasmus going to Buffalo. I'd rather have Rasmus I would rather have Rasmus Dahlin go to Arizona.
Yeah, because he won't be in our conference. He won't be in our division.
I don't have to play him then.
So, let's see.
Throw him off with
he's played
Chuck over there.
He doesn't. Here's the thing. He's 17 years old. And he's only got.
Chuck plays for Calgary. Who am I thinking of?
Domi's
boy.
Max Domi. Let's see. He had 8 points in 2 World Juniors. He actually had a much better year last year, I think, than this year. I think this year he had a lot more pressure on him, so he didn't perform as well as he would hoped. And he's got 7 goals.
He is 18?
17.
No, he's 17.
So he turns 18 before the draft.
You think he's gonna wear the cage?
That's a good question. I don't know if they force him.
I think they might have to because.
Yeah, that's a very good question.
World rules.
Yeah, because I know even McDavid, because he wore it in the last couple World Years. Yeah, he could be.
I think we'll see Rasmus Dahlin with his classic. Maybe he should just bring the cage to the NHL. You know, just be as part of his character. No. Rasmus Dahlin, cage boy.
So let's move up to the forwards now. A couple former names, if you're really, like I said, if you really follow Linus Ullmark, the former Oiler.
I think the only name out of the 3 that we have up on here right now, the top 3 is Victor.
We'll get to him. We'll get to him. So Linus Ullmark, we'll say he was a guy that had a lot of hype coming into Edmonton, didn't quite perform as well. Went back over to the KHL, had a pretty good, had a much better outcome with 246 points in 284 games so far. That's up to date. And like I said, he had a lot of hype coming to the NHL, had a lot of skill, just didn't work out.
It was time and place for him, especially in that 2013-2014 stretch.
Like I said, he played in Edmonton, so that's probably why.
Yeah,
that was when they when they were the Craig McTavish, Kevin Lowe ran Edmonton Oilers.
I'm gonna say if he played in LA at that time period, he would have floored. He would have
fourth liner.
He would have been a really good 4th liner.
Yes, he probably would have.
He would have beat Dustin Brown's numbers one back in the day, even though Dustin Brown
that was when Dustin Brown was good. And
that's when Dustin Brown was king, and now Dustin Brown sucks.
He's still a king, but he's sitting out because he's an idiot and throws his knee out. Joakim Lindstrom, another former player, only 483 points, 150 games, but then he goes back over to Sweden, started to turn the league up, 121 goals, 203 assists, 324 points, 407 games, plus 51.
You think these players are just really better on wide ice?
It could. That's what I think. That's why I think the Olympics are interesting, especially this year. You know, you have a lot of guys that are used to that wide ice, and you have these NHLers that have gone over. Like a lot of these guys that are playing the Canadian team, the U.S. team that are playing overseas, they're getting used to it. So that's why I think it'll be more even playing field. But these guys have been playing on it longer. So now Victor Stahlberg.
Yeah, this is the only name out of all of them that I recognize.
He's 168 points in 488 games. He didn't have a whole lot of hoopla going in there for him.
No.
But he was a solid player. He's over a point a game playing over in Europe. 69 points, nice, in 67 games. So Sweden. So that's Group C. But I think if I have to look at it straight up, go up and down the lineup, Sweden should take it.
Sweden should take it, and I think Finland has a good second spot on there.
Well, I think whoever wins that game will probably get it.
Between us, Sweden and Finland?
Yeah. I think
that'll be a game to watch, ladies.
There's always two.
Ages.
You already did the intro.
I know. I'm just plugging it away at it.
Okay, so now let's move over to Group B. So who's in Group B, Alex?
We have the Olympic athletes of Russia.
The Russians. Just say it.
The diplomats representing the Olympics as the Olympic athletes from Russia. Number 2 seed in the world. USA ranked 5th. Slovakia ranked 11th. Slovenia ranked 15th. I'm surprised that USA is ranked 5th. They should be 6th.
This is only their second appearance. They actually made it to the quarters last year with that. Like, they had a tie, and they somehow got to the quarters, I think.
Who?
The Slovenia.
Oh, I was talking about USA.
You're still talking about USA. Might have gotten a loss, but let's see, they've had 19 World Championship appearances. They've only finished 13th, and that was in 2002 and 2005. So not that great in terms of that. I mean, it's going to be tough because, like, Andrzej Kopitar was Slovenia. He was Slovenia last time around.
Well, here's the thing, though. Last time around, wait, didn't his little brother play? No. His little brother didn't play as well.
No, his little brother's under NHL contract. He's not playing.
Well, I was saying, I mean, this time around, if they went around with it, I think Slovenia would have had both Kopitar brothers. They would have been off. So let's go with the goaltenders here. Luka Graknar. Teach.
Luka Grachnar.
Grachnar.
Okay.
Luka Grachnar.
Played in the Austrian league for a little bit there. Guys, or actually, I think that's his only time. 173 games, 289 goals against average, 908 save percentage.
I say he's probably gonna be the only guy because he played in the last Olympics. However, it was against the U.S. and it went badly.
5 goals.
Well, I mean, he's playing NHLers.
Yeah.
So.
Well, not then, but now.
So now we're going to the defense there. There's a guy. Okay, how is my math? Okay, sorry. I clicked. So, Blaz Grekric.
According to his notes, he's got 666 assists. Man, that's satanic there.
I got that.
This guy's got the devil.
It's supposed to be 66. I fixed that. Yes, it is. 247 games played, 87 points. 66, not 666. Man, he cannot put the puck in the net, but man, he will set you up.
Oh, he's got the devil in him.
Devil
will take you down to Georgia, even though he played for the Czech.
You can take him down to Georgia, the country. Take him down to Georgia, country. So, and then Luka Wiedmar, former Alaska Anchorage, if I'm not mistaken. Alaska Anchorage or Fairbanks?
Fairbanks.
Nope, Anchorage.
Anchorage?
Played for Anchorage.
Yee-hoo.
62 points, 180 games, not too great. And his totals in the Austrian... I mean, he's just like another veteran presence on the blue line. Not a whole lot. Only 17 points in 46 games playing. He's playing right now for... Oh, he's playing the Danish League right now. No, excuse me. He's back in the Austrian League. He's playing for Ferra AV19.
Not a lot of goals coming from him.
Nope. Former name for you Grand Rapids folk, Jan Mersak, and you maybe Detroit folk. He played for us back in 2008-2013. He had 103 points during 13 games. The only way I really remember him is he was the guy that passed it over to Rhino, and then Gustafsson made that good split save back in the preseason in 2009. Jan Mersak, Rhino, stop by Gustafsson!
You need to stop yourself.
I'm on a roll here. We gotta keep going, man. We're already 30 minutes in. We're only 5 teams in. Holy cow, here we go. So Jan Mersak in the KHL, he had just 199 games, 125 points. Not too shabby. I mean, like I said, another guy that goes overseas.
Played in the 2014 Olympics with 5 games.
3 points in 5 games.
He's got a 1-2-3.
1-2-3. That's
1 goal, 2 assists. Attaboy.
Marcel Rodman played.
Dennis Rodman.
Nope. Marcel Rodman.
Dennis Rodman.
He actually has a brother of his that's on the team.
Yeah, Dennis Rodman.
No. Marcel Rodman and David Rodman. Marcel's the older one, a little more successful. Played in the OHL back in the 1999-2000 season. Or he played for there for 2. Wait, I got that wrong. I probably got it wrong. But he played 122 games, 108 points, not too bad. Came back overseas. Let's see, where is he playing now? I think he's playing in Austria still, or is he playing in the German league? He moved over to the... Oh, gosh, that's a long... Okay,
German league.
He's playing in the Del 2 right now, actually. Playing the Del 2 for the Byton Steeler... No, Talzer Lowen. 33 points in 33 points in 39 games. But what are you clicking? See, we're on Google Drive. We have like the same notes, and he's trying to edit them.
I'm not trying to edit them. I'm just looking at it.
Well, it's weird because I can see his little cursor. Ziga. Oh gosh, here we go. Ziga something or other. Alex, want to take a guess?
I'm going to say Yaglick.
You're going to say Yaglick?
Ziga
Yiglic. Ziga Yiglic.
So it's not Ziga Leglick. Got it.
That'd be weird. He actually didn't. He led the team. Actually, even though they had Andrzej Kopitar, it led Slovenia in scoring in the 2014 Olympics. 2 goals and 2 assists.
I mean, sometimes it's just gonna be a team player.
He's a team player. He plays in the KHL for. Oh my gosh! I'm not gonna. Alex, you want this one?
What? I'm gonna say Neftakmivk Niskampf.
All right.
He plays for Mein Kampf. Go Germany. All right.
Hold on. Does it have? It's got to have pronounced. No, it doesn't. Okay. He plays for a name, probably in the Eastern Conference of the KHL. But he has 85 points, 216 games in the KHL.
He did pretty all right. On to Slovakia.
Slovenia is not there. There's not a whole lot there. Slovakia, and there's another team with possible talent, not a whole lot of depth. Let's see. Their best since playing for the Czechoslovakia since in '92, their best finish was 4th in 2010. They actually won a gold on the World Championships though, 2002
and 2012.
back when Hasek was king. Was Hasek? No, Hasek retired before then. They had Vokoun. They had Thomas Vokoun.
Well, no, Hasek was still playing.
No, man. Remember he retired after the Cup run, but then he came back a couple years later. He retired after the 2002 Cup, so it may have been Vokoun.
Retired.
Anyways,
if you come back, you're not retired. That doesn't count.
Jan Laco.
Jan Laco.
Lacho. Jan Lacho. He played 2 games actually in the 2014 Olympics at a 2.40 goals against and a 9.23 save percentage. So he has experience. So he'll probably be the starter for the Czech Republic. Currently, he is playing in the Czech Extraliga League in his homeland. 2.9 goals against, 8.83. He had it's funny. He was really good in the K. But he came back home. It could be age. He is 36 years old. But, like I said, they're just not that deep in net. So, it'll be interesting to see where he's at. Moving up to the blue line, Michal
Kaczkowski.
Michal Tchaikovsky.
Tchaikovsky.
Wait,
not
you mean not the composer.
Tchaikovsky. We're not
Slovakian?
talking about the ballet.
Not
We're
Russian.
not talking about the Nutcracker. Am I right? Nutcracker. So this guy's got playing in the OHL from 2010 to 2013. Got a whole 192 games played. He's got 17 goals, 53 assists for a total of 70 points with a -14. He played sometime in the ECHL, but in the KHL he had 63 games played with 12 goals, 22 assists for a total of 34 points.
I think it's just
with
the
a +10.
last couple seasons. Ivan Baranka. That's going to be right. That's got to be right.
Ivan Barenka.
He played in the American League from 2005-2008. Never got called up to the NHL, but had 70 points in 174 games.
Probably had a one-way there.
Probably, or maybe even a two-way, but never got called up. +21 though, not too bad. Plays in the K, only has a +1, but 120 points, 334. Another guy that can score for you, probably a good solid two-way defenseman, someone you'll probably look forward to. He had 1 goal actually in the 2014 Olympics, so good for him. Moving up front, Martin Bakos. Bakos or Bacchus?
I'm going to say Bakos.
Bacchus.
Backhoes.
I'm still on. Wait, I'm
Backhoes.
in Slovakia. Am I on the right?
While he's doing that, he played for the Czech Extraliga. He played 142 games, 41 goals, 55 assists, 96 points. Got a +17. Then he went over to the KHL, like everybody seems to have played for the Slovaks.
It's funny, not as many points though. Not as many points in the KHL. He doesn't. Maybe go up to a new league. It's a much better league than the Czech Extraliga League. Actually, don't say that 2 times fast.
Extraliga.
No, Czech
Extraliga. No, I'm not going to do it.
Nope. So let's say, he has potential, but we'll just have to wait and see. I'm gonna say Marcinko. I'm gonna go with it.
I'm gonna say Marchenko.
He wasn't too bad in his homeland. He actually had good numbers in the OHL back in 2006, 2008. He had 85 points, 104 games.
Then he moved up to the AHL where he didn't do so bad.
He had 49 points, 243. That's a fourth liner's numbers in the AHL.
His time in the AHL was the reason why I went back home.
And even then, he's only half a point a game player. 74 points, 141 games playing in the Czech League. Ladislav Nagy. I think it's Nagy.
I don't know.
I remember
a lot.
Oh my gosh!
Come on, I'm on fire. They call me Butter because I'm on a roll. Okay, this is the part where you just keep talking.
I just keep talking. So, but he played in the NHL for close to 10 years. Played 435 games, 311 points, +35. Played with Phoenix. Played with St. Louis. Wasn't too bad of a player. Decided to go home. Probably old age. Probably wasn't going to get as much money as he wanted. Went over to the KHL. So far, he's had 123 points in 230 games. He's a -37, though. Definitely not the most defensively sound player, but odds are he's going to definitely have to lead the offense.
All right, on to the Russians. I mean the Olympic athletes from Russia. 17th straight appearance, including the Soviet Union
We decided to play the Soviet Union because it's not like the Czechs where they split. The Czechs split, whereas the Russians, they stayed. It was still Russia.
Well, the Russians stayed. However, if you wanted to go about it, you could say you could add on the Soviet Union stuff to the former Soviet Union states. So, the Czech Republic, Slovakia,
It's two different things. Well, they're two different. Now
they came from the same. They're both technically former Soviet states.
Right.
because they came from Czechoslovakia. That used to be a Soviet state.
Used to be
Anyways,
guarded by the KGB. We're not getting into that.
7 gold, 2 silver, 2 bronze. They're doing pretty all right with the world championships.
They have not won a gold though since they split from the Soviet Union.
No, they have
not. Excuse me. There
not.
was the '92 unified team. Hey, maybe since they're playing on an Olympic banner like they did in '92, they have a chance.
I don't know.
Who knows? Well, with the talent that we're going to display here.
I mean, some of the Russian some of the Russian athletes from different stages, they've been doing pretty all right.
So,
especially in figure skating. Oh my goodness.
Ilya Sorokin, 2014 third rounder from the Islanders. Not too bad of a goaltender. 2.07 and a 9.26 playing for Moscow, CSKA Moscow. He'll probably be the starter. So, and the best part about the Rush, now we can get into more names that you may actually recognize.
Because they're Russian.
Well, also because they play in the NHL.
And they're Russian.
Former Lightning Nikita Nesterov. He played 132 games in the NHL, 33 points. He was an even, so which is not too bad, because he played on some Tampa teams that weren't that great. KHL, he's got 20 points in 87 games, but like I said, experience.
Plus 23.
Because especially you're in a Group B with the United States, that North American experience, the North American style, knowing how they play, that's going to be huge for the Russians.
Yep.
We go move over to Slava Voinov. 81 points, 190 games, 2-time Stanley Cup champion, by the way. Played with both of them with the Lightning. KHL right now, he's only got 67 points, 110 games, but plus 28, not too bad as well. Sorry, we're going through this really quick because we're already at 40 minutes and we still have a whole other group to go through.
Come on, here we go.
And predictions. So yeah, so the KHL, we're gonna kind of go over names that you may remember, maybe not.
Sergei Mozyakin.
That's the name you won't remember. He never came to North America.
No.
Played in the KHL his whole career. However, holy lights it up, Batman. Like he has the
529 games played, 303 goals, 336 assists for a grand total of 639 points with a plus 159. And I don't know if he just keeps his stick on the ice or if he stays on the ice long enough.
He plays for Metallurg, which is probably the top 4 teams. If you look at, if you have Moscow Dynamo, CSK, SKA, and probably Metallurg, probably the 4th out of those 4. So he's
playing for the Vegas equivalent of the Russians.
No, because there's no expansion team. That'd be like Kulin Red Star doing well.
Okay, I'm talking about standings right now. They're good. Vegas is good. Go
for now. Metallurg's actually been pretty good for a long time.
On to the next one. Mikhail Grigorenko.
Former Colorado Avalanche, Mikhail Grigorenko. I'm going to say these NHL totals. He had 217 games played, only 42 goals, minus 26, but that was with the Colorado Avalanche, so therefore...
You have no choice.
This season he's playing with Moscow Dynamo. He's got 45 games in him with 23 points plus 15. A little bit better. We're going to talk about Vadim Shipachyov. You know, the great former Vegas Golden Knight Vadim Shipachyov. In 3 games he's playing with the Knights. One goal, 1 point.
Retire from the Knights,
the first ever player to retire from the Golden Knights.
I just said it.
I know.
You think they're going to hang his number?
I hope so, man. He deserves it.
Dude, if they do.
He deserves it. He was such a great team player. And by the way, guys, we should probably mention this out loud. Pavel Datsyuk and Ilya Kovalchuk both play. Thank goodness we're not in that group.
Oh, they're going to win.
They're going to win.
They're going to win.
No Bryan Adams right now. We got to move over to the Americans.
72nd appearance. 20. Did I just say 72nd?
72nd appearance.
That's their 72nd appearance.
You're doing terrific, Alex.
22nd appearance, 18th straight. 2 golds, 1960 to 1980.
1960 and 1980.
Whatever. They did pretty all right.
They're back then, but they've been doing all right.
Yeah, they're pretty good at winning silver, guys, and 1 bronze. And they've only have 1 gold in the World Championships, 4 silver, and 6 bronze. So
well, don't forget, the U.S., like the NHL, does not care too much
about... They get pumped full of the good stuff when they face Canada.
Well, that's about it. But, so their goaltending is light. Very light. David Leggio is probably going to be the
team is light.
Well, not necessarily.
They have 1 player that I recognize, and that's Gianna. That's it.
Like I said,
and
they're not old. Super light. But Leggio, he never had great... He had, in his latter years of the American League, he had pretty good numbers. 215 goals against 227 games played. In the Dell, similar numbers, 2.33 in 70 games, 916 save percentage. That's playing in the DEL.
He's not good at saving the puck that much.
He'll be solid. For any of you to remember, he's the guy that pushed the net off on a 2-on-0 and got a penalty shot, made the save. The one you see on the TSN top 10s all the time. No, that's smart.
That's not smart.
He's done it twice, by the way.
I don't care.
It's a David Leggio rule. James Wisniewski is one of the defensemen. He played 552 games.
Not too bad.
He played for Columbus. I think he played for the Rangers as well.
Grand total of 274 points for him with a minus 22, and then he got an 81-point streak there with 27 in the plus for the AHL time. That's 2004, 2009, 2016, 2017.
Another guy.
Matt Gilroy. Let's go on to him. Played in the NHL from 2009 to 2014. 225 games played with 48 points and a plus 2. Went over to the KHL.
He was a solid third pairing guy.
Played 220 games there. Got a solid 113 with 84 assists. He's gonna be a feeder.
I think so, definitely.
Yeah.
You know who's really gonna be a feeder?
Oh my goodness.
Chad Billings. He's gonna be the guy for Team USA. He's gonna lead that back end.
You're finishing this off. I'm done.
He's gonna be our guy. He's gonna be the guy I think that's gonna make a difference for the Americans. He's gonna be the game breaker, the game changer. Chad Billings, former Fair State Bulldog.
Nobody cares about Chad Billings.
Oh, he's from Marysville. Oh, that's
I don't care if he's from Marysville.
I lived over in Marysville.
You know.
I lived over there. Anyways, so let's move up front.
Brian Giunta, the only guy I can actually recognize from this team other than Chad Billings.
I think he's the only player in the Olympics that's played over 1,000 NHL games. I think, if I'm not mistaken, that's got to be right.
Because he's old.
580 games. Actually, he's not played since the 06 Olympics. He played on the old man team.
Yeah, the old man team.
He only had 6 games. Had 4 goals, though. Not too bad. Of course, that was, 12 years ago. So it'll be interesting to see how he does, because he hasn't played at all this year. Nothing officially. But I think he played in those pre-tournament games in the Americans, but that's about it. Mark Arcabello played in the NHL for a few seasons. Played a lot more in the American League, though. He had 220 points, 237 games in the AHL. Actually, he's doing pretty good, though, so far in the Swiss League. He's got 100 points in 94 games. Not too bad. I think a young guy that I think everyone should take a look at is Ryan Donato. He's a good player from Harvard.
Home of the Crimson.
I had to say it like that. 92 points in 91 games so far. He's still 21 years old. He's an undrafted player. He's probably going to sign. It's going to be like a Jimmy Vesey kind of thing.
I think he's going to be if I had to pick him out, I looked at your notes before and I had to look some of these guys up because I don't know who they are.
Right.
I would say that he's probably going to be a 4th rounder.
Well, he's not. No, he's undrafted. He'd have to sign with a free agent.
Oh.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, he's going to be like a Jimmy Vesey type thing where he waits it out, plays his college career, and see how it goes. I think it's whether or not anyone will really notice him. Like, he's a solid 2-way player.
He floats under the radar.
He can definitely put the puck in the net. And I think he's one of the big reasons why Harvard's
I mean, he's got a basically a point a game kind of average.
Basically, he does.
Yeah,
it's a stat. So Group B, so you've seen it. Who comes out? Who comes out on top?
Russia.
Yeah, it's hard.
Russia.
I want to say, hey, there's compete. It's hard.
Here's the thing.
At least in Group C, you have Sweden and Finland trying to battle it out.
Here's the thing with Group B, your top 2 teams are the United States and Russia. But here's the thing.
However, that was kind of the same thing back in 2014, though, Alex.
Yeah,
and so everyone was looking at the Russians saying they're going to beat the Americans, and then TJ.
Here's the thing, though. There's no more NHL players, Ty. Now it's just it's
SKA St. Petersburg and Moscow Dynamo against everyone else.
You have the Red Army versus a bunch of college kids. Oh my goodness, it's gonna be the Miracle.
There's one. Well, actually, wait, hold on. Let me see the roster. How many guys? Let's see. They have.
All I'm saying is if they go to a
four guys.
If the USA by a miracle goes to a shootout, Kovalchuk and Dotsuk are gonna score, and that's the game. That's the game.
They didn't score the last time. Of course,
Harvard is not going to save you. I'm sorry.
It'll be interesting. So
now we got Group A
with a certain team, and then the number one
those
team,
guys, you know,
Czech Republic ranked 6th. I just feel Switzerland 7th and Korea 21. And we'll talk about South Korea first because first of all, shout out to good old former assistant and 2-time assistant of the Griffins and former Stanley Cup champion Jim Peck for definitely doing a fantastic job of turning around the South Korean program. They're actually going to be in the top world champ. They're going to be in the top. What?
They're not South Korea.
I put Korea, but they actually are South Korea. They are just South Korea.
They're not South Korea.
No, the men's team is just South Korea.
Well, they're South Koreans, but they're not.
They're going under the Korean banner, but it's just
South Korea. They're going under the Korean banner.
Right, let me pull up the roster.
If they win a medal, somehow, some way, it will go to Korea. It will not go to South Korea or North Korea. It will go to Korea.
All South Korea.
Yes, they're listed on the elite prospects under South Korea, but they're Korea. They play under the Korean flag, the Korean Peninsula flag. They're Korea.
Okay. Now here's a very important question we have to ask ourselves first before we get into the players. Actually, let's do the
Canada
players.
wins. Done.
Let's do the players first. This is their first appearance, obviously. They're goaltender. So here's the best part. I guess we found out. If you play in Korea, the Asian
cheating.
League, for 2 years, guess what you get to
cheating.
do? You will get to be granted citizenship to South Korea. So Matt Dalton.
They cheated.
Matt Dalton from
They cheated.
Clinton, Ontario, home of the Radars, who we beat in a shootout last year. Yeah! Whoa! 60 saves. Or no, it was 50. We won 4-3, 62 shots. 59 saves. Whoa! That's probably my best game I ever played.
Congratulations. Former Lucknow Lancer All-Star right here.
Whoa!
Hang his name up, not even his number.
Former WOAA North All-Star. No, I was definitely not an All-Star. In the KHL, he's got decent numbers. He's playing in the Asian League right now, but he's been a couple years since he's played in the K. 2.92 goals against, 81 goals. There's a reason why he went over to the Asian League.
Canadian, born and raised, and Korea just gets to happen. Why not?
Speaking of
It's
those
not like
guys
they're
like
gonna
that,
win.
Alex Plant. Alex Plant, might I add, former number 1 or round 1 first round draft pick by the Oilers.
Want to spit that out, by the way?
Alex Plant got drafted by the Oilers back in 2007 in the first round. He never made it up to the big club. Or if he did, I think he was only a couple of games, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see here. He played a total of 10 games, 2 points. But American League had 43 games, 212 points, plus 17, not too bad. He's currently playing in the Asian League right now. Last season he had 24 points in 48 games. This season only has 8 points, 24 games. So it'll be interesting how he does.
Not doing too good.
The player I think it's actually from South Korea will be Lee Dong-koo. Okay, going back.
Lee Dong-koo.
It's got to be that, Lee Dong-koo. He plays in the Asian League. He has 138 points in 284 total games played, plus 162. So and apparently he's
pretty good.
Apparently he's got a pretty good shot. And he's a good puck moving defenseman from the scouting report that I read. So
I think we have to do a video in the off season of the NHL to do the Asian League because they have some pretty good youngins coming out of there.
Nope, that's the Japanese kid. You're
I'm
talking about the 12-year-old?
I'm talking about the Asian League.
Oh, okay. I was saying you're talking about the 12-year-old kid. That's ridiculous. He's from Japan.
He is from Japan. They have I think Japan, China has like 2 prodigies. For some weird reason, they watch NHL hockey and then they get good.
Okay.
They're really good at roller hockey. Go
That's
to Arizona
good.
State University.
All right, so we're going to the forwards now. Brock
Lesnar.
No, Brock Radunsky, former Michigan State Spartan, from Kitchener, Ontario. Let's see. All right, so he only played in the East Coast for a little bit.
A lot of these really good players, you have to mind, they're Canadian born, but they're raised by
all
Korean
these players that they weren't good enough. That's why they're over here.
Well, they're not good enough to play there, so they.
He played in the Swiss League. Played 3 games in the Swiss League. Played for the Griffins. Oh, yeah, he played for the Griffins 20 games back in 2007.
Congratulations.
Then he played 1 year in the Dell, got 26 points for Osberger Panther. That was back in 2008. And then he went to the Asian League.
And ruined everyone. 352 games played, 195 goals, 290 assists, 485 points in grand total with a plus of 327. If he's not scoring, he's just sitting in the backboards on the ice and getting those points. Let's go.
So then we'll go over to Michael Swift, another guy that kind of came over eventually. He has 283. He had a 283 point. He had a pretty decent OHL career. 283 points, 276 games. Not too bad.
You see, when I see somebody with a point total like that, where it's above 250 in the OHL or any Canadian
It's funny.
team,
I love guys when they say, "Hey, he set the all-time record for the London Knights points," and I'm like, "Yeah, because he played 5 years, played 4 years for them." You know?
Yeah.
Like the guys that are really good don't play that many years.
Yeah, they play like maybe
1 or 2.
2 at most.
Like the reason why McDavid probably has the record because McDavid's been playing since he was 14.
I think the only time if you're a good player, like a good player, and you play 3 years, is if you don't want to make the first round.
Maybe, or if you wait out a year. But
I want to focus on my studies one more year. Well, you're not going to be a first round pick. Sorry.
There's Michael Swift, and the guy I look for that
Shin Sang-hoon.
Shin Sang-hoon. He played a little bit in the one season in the B Finnish League. Had 23 points, 46 games. That was back in 2014, and decent numbers in the Asian League. 111 points, 137 games.
Not too bad.
Not too bad.
Switzerland.
Moving over to the Swiss Fudge, Laup.
No. Different language, teach.
Le Alp. No,
No,
it's French. Well, it depends on which side of the country you're on.
No, I'm talking about Switzerland.
Fudge. Swiss fudge.
They pronounce it different. They have a different type of French, dude.
Okay. Sorry.
It's Les Alpes.
Pardonnez-moi. This is their 5th straight appearance in the Olympics, 17th appearance, 17th total appearance. They've only had two bronze, none since the Korean War started. Nothing really there.
They're amazing. I don't know what you're talking about.
Their roster. I messed that up big time. Anyways, Jonas Hiller's gonna be their goaltender. He a former NHLer, former Anaheim Duck, former Calgary Flame. Jonas Hiller, 404 games played, 256 goals against.
If they make it to the quarterfinals, it's because of him.
He's the reason why they've been able to get. He's the reason why they're able to get to the quarters every time. He just is able, for some reason, that's why towards the end in Anaheim, when they were actually good, he couldn't play well. That's why Freddie took over there, because Jonas Hiller, when Anaheim was decent, he was good. He's almost got like that Curtis Joseph thing about him. When the chips are stacked against him, he will stand on his head. So
he's the kind of goalie.
Now he's older, but
he's the kind of goalie that I'm going to call him the Donald Trump goalie, because he's going to build a wall and it's going to be huge. It's going to be great.
Well, he played 3 games in the 2014
I'm going to say
he had .67 goals against 3 games back in Sochi.
In this Group A that he's playing against, I'm going to say that he only probably lets in maybe 17 goals
in 3 games. So that's
actually
that's 5 point.
Well, hold on.
5.8.
Okay, that was the math I did if they were going to go to the bronze game. If he's going to just do the 3 games, I'm going to say he doesn't let over 5.
All right, that's a pretty bold one. The captain for the Swiss will be Rafael Diaz. He played 201 games in the National Hockey League, 49 points. And very recently, too. He played for Montreal for a little bit. Mm-hmm. He was on that conference final run they've had back in 2014. The last couple Olympics, he's had no points in 9 games, a -2 total. Who's their other guy, Alex?
Romain Lettuce Lafiel.
Lafiel?
He played in the NA. Lafel? I don't know. Falafel. Yeah, that guy. Played in the NLA for a little while. A little while.
What the hell?
Romain Leffel?
This guy sounds stoned. Who did they hire for this?
Romain Leffel. 399 games played, got 49 goals, 124 assists for a grand total of 173 points with a +21.
So
he's
solid in the D zone.
He's going to be a solid defenseman. He's going to be one of your feeders. Obviously, I think he's on the power play.
You may see him out there. I wouldn't be surprised, like I said, because it's a middle of the pack. Like that's saying, it's not there's no such thing as a young team in this tournament. They're all 25 to 35 kind of older players. There's not any really older.
They're like mid-range, you know.
Yeah. So moving up to the offense there, we have the forwards. So we have Gregory Hoffman, 182 points, 346. He's a grinder, mucker.
Every team needs a thumper, Johnny.
I don't think he'll be out there too much on the scoring, but however, he could be huge, like in depth games when you're playing a deeper teams like
he's
Canada,
gonna be
like
on,
the Czechs.
He's gonna be on your penalty kill.
If you do get to the quarters, playing against the Americans, playing against the Russians, you're gonna need guys like that,
especially on your penalty kill.
Calgary native Cody Almond. I don't know if he gained citizenship. I don't know the story on him. We don't know for sure.
We're just gonna say that he has for the sake of the video. Huh?
Anyways, 67 points in 164 games, not that great. 110 points in 173 games in the Swiss League, though. That's pretty. Solid numbers. You'll see him on the second line probably. Then we'll go over to Simon Moser. He only had 26 points in 48 games back in one season of the American League, so that's for a guy that's probably never played North American hockey, it's pretty good. 96 goals in 390 games. That's solid. That's a point.
Their team is just the team overall is just filled with a bunch of like your third line, fourth liners.
If they played if they played over, they would see a lot of American leaders, a couple coast guys probably. I wouldn't see too many guys in the top in the
Heck
NHL,
no.
the exception of Hiller.
Except for Hiller because
but he'd be backup even. So
backup third string probably.
Yeah. So we'll go over to the Czechs, the first ever NHL team to win the gold. So now will it be the first ever team to win the gold without the NHLers?
Wait, what?
They were the first team with the NHLers to win gold back in '98. That was the first year they had it, and then now this is the first year without the NHLers, so maybe they have a chance.
Oh yes, you were right. Yep.
They had a bronze back in 06. This team is an interesting one because I don't know if we're gonna see I always wanted to see the Czechs do well because they seem like a team that can do well, but I just don't think they have the talent this year to do it.
It's just a hard thing to do for.
Here's the thing: it's a weird
teams.
draw. It's a weird draw. You have Canada, but then you're playing Korea, so you can still get in. You have a chance to get in that playoff.
Yeah, I think the Czech Republic has a great opportunity to get into the quarterfinals there and the semifinals possibly, but I think it's just a trait, if not a trend, for these like former Soviet states to just. They're good.
Well, Czechoslovakia they always played as themselves. They were always Czechoslovakia. They were connected.
Well, no,
however,
they were good,
different.
but I think I'm just saying as like former,
they have chance of success. That's the thing, though. That's the difference that they can actually have a chance.
It's like that they have that invisible glass ceiling above their head where they're trying to break through, but it's really hard when you have your top six.
And your best player is not playing in the Olympics because he's in the Tier 2 league. I'm just saying. I'll be honest. Let's just say it. Yager is probably half of the forwards. Yager is probably in the top half. No question about it. He'd be on the first.
Yager is half the forwards.
Probably.
He's their country's hero.
He's got half the hair. All right, Dominic Firk's probably the goaltender. He's playing. I think he's playing currently in the KHL. Yes, he's currently playing in the KHL. This season he's playing with Avangard Omsk. 2 goals against in 46 games. I think he's actually had pretty good numbers in the Czech Extraliga League, 2.78. You see him, and I think, like I said, a goaltender can steal a couple games for you. And in tournaments like these, you just need 2 good games. You need a tie and a win.
Yep.
You need a tie and a win to get to the playoff, and with the
from there, you're probably going to get bumped out.
You have a chance. Then you have a 1-game playoff.
A chance at what?
A shot at what?
So going up to the blue line here, his it's probably pronounced Michael Jordan, but I'm going to call him Michael Jordan because
Michael Jordan, not even close.
Michael Jordan. He played in the NHL for a little while. 79 games played with a 3.47 with a -14. Went down to the AHL for a little bit longer there. 301 games played with a 23, 72, 94, and a -19.
This is where it's like he's one of their better defensemen, but he's not one of the better. He is a stay-at-home defenseman, but I want to see who he played with in the NHL because I know he played with someone.
I think the biggest thing is when you're rating these
players.
Oh,
he's playing with Carolina. No, duh, he's got a -14 in the NHL.
I think when we're rating these kind of players, we kind of compare them to what the NHL standard is. So all of these players are like the mid-tier players to lower-tier players, but
he's playing with one of the weaker teams now.
That's basically this entire tournament.
He's playing in the cage.
You're playing. You have your top line probably wouldn't even be a third line in the NHL.
Right.
Unless you're a team like the Olympic Athletes of Russia, where your top line is probably going to be a top line.
Shipachyov and Datsuk.
Is that their top line?
Would not be surprised.
I wouldn't. If I were a team like Russia, I'd probably put Shipachyov on the second line. Or actually, no, I'd put Shipachyov on the first. I'd put
Shipachyov.
Yeah, that way you're not keeping that going on. But anyways, we're going to go on to Andrei Yemek. Nemec. Why did I say Yemek? Nemec.
Yamek.
Yamek. Yes.
Anyway, so he's got 106 points in 310 games in the KHL. Has a few more points in the Extraliga League. He actually plays there now.
The Czech Extraliga League.
The what?
The Czech Extraliga League.
The Czech Extraliga League?
Yeah.
The Czech Extraliga League.
Czech Extraliga League. Czech Extraliga League.
So another veteran present on the blue line. Whether or not he's going to be a high scoring guy, there's not a whole lot of scoring for the Czechs in the back end.
Nope. But on the front end, they're going to be pretty all right.
Well, let's wait on him. We'll wait on the captain there. We'll go to Yuri Sakic. Sakic. He played 108 games in the National Hockey League, 29 points back in 20. That was only in 2 seasons, so decent numbers for a guy that probably never played a whole lot in North America. He had 106 points, so he's a 0.5 point a game player playing in the K right now. He's on He's playing for Akbar Kazan, another team that's not top line. 40 points, 48 games this year.
Yep.
Not too shabby.
Going to my captain, Martin Erat.
Martin Erat, probably one of the former names. You know the guy that got traded for Philip Forsberg. Yeah, Washington's great. Imagine if they kept Forsberg.
They probably would
have traded him still.
Yeah. They're not very smart.
But let's see. He played 881 games in National Hockey League, 545 points. His start of his career when he was in Nashville was always top. But when he got traded and when he kind of gave that, when he was put the spotlight on him, gave him that role as a top guy, he crumbled. And that was, I think, his problem there.
Well, I think that just goes to show that he's the kind of player that's a depth player. But I think that's. Do you think he'll crumble in the Olympics here?
Well, here's the thing. It's different. It's a different stage. I mean, he's never.
It's a different stage. It's the Olympics.
He has, but here's the thing: he's never done good in the Olympics, though. He's played in 06, played in the last 3 Olympics. He's only in 18 games, 2 goals, 2 assists, 4 points.
Grand total of a +1.
+1. It's
because he got a +1, +1, and then -1. So
yeah.
+1.
It's. You don't know what to expect from him.
Don't put him on the first line, whatever you do.
Michal Rapiko probably another guy to look out for. 45 points, 151 games. Had pretty good numbers in the AHL, though, 182 points.
Let's go on to Canada here.
We're going to go on to Canada?
Yep, 22nd appearance, 11th.
We're flying through. I thought we were going to do a bigger intro for them. But
we're not. We're flying.
We're flying.
We're sorry.
Yeah, it's funny because they were having issues with semi-pro. They were. So I guess between the 72 and 76 games, they didn't send any teams because they were having issues with sending extra semi-pro players. I guess something like that. They wanted to send better players, but they were like, it was almost like they were protesting the Soviet Union. That's why they didn't send them. But then they sent them.
Well, yeah, of course you would.
Then
again, you're Canada and Canada, Russia, hockey. You're gonna fight. You know what?
But they wanted a better chance.
I want to put my better players out there. Just give me a second.
It took them. I mean, they should have won in '98, but Mark Crawford didn't decide to send Gretzky out in the shootout. But who cares?
9 golds, 4 silver, 2 bronze. They're good at winning.
Bronze is not our thing.
We prefer the gold.
You know what?
World Championship show that 26 golds, 14 silver, and 8 bronze. We like the gold.
List. I had to scroll down my Wikipedia page to count how many golds there were.
Wait for it. Ben Scrivens. Starting goaltender.
Benny has returned. He's making a comeback.
Little tip of the took to you.
If I say this right now, if he does good in this tournament, guess what?
He's going back to the NHL.
He is coming back tomorrow or the day after. He's going to get signed by someone that needs a goaltender. Arizona's going to sign. No, Arizona's.
If Arizona signs him, he's going to
go
to Tucson.
They have the cap room, but they don't have the money. Does that make sense? It's funny how the league owns them, but they don't give them the money. It's so dumb.
Well, that's your problem. You let the league own you.
So Ben Scrivens, it's so weird with some of these guys because I know the defenseman's one thing, but let's see.
He's an AHL starter, NHL backup. 195 games.
Okay, when he started, he was starting in Edmonton. That's not his fault.
That's not his fault. I'm not saying it's his fault. I'm saying that he's got 195 games played with a 2.83 goals against average.
Remember when he got traded for Bernier?
Yes.
He went to LA. Quick got hurt, and he played phenomenal. He was a goaltender of the week 2 weeks in a row.
Phenomenal.
He was a goaltender. When you put a good team in front of him, he is a good goaltender. He's a very capable goaltender.
Well, yeah, and I think that's going to be the biggest thing for him right now with this Canadian team, where it's not your NHL Canadian team, but it's still a pretty good team.
And that's why I think he's really going to shine. My mic almost fell over. Like Calvin Pickard last year in the World Championship.
Yes,
he goes to Canada in the World Championships. Played for that Colorado team last year.
Didn't do so hot.
Yeah, let's say that.
He was lukewarm
at best. But he plays. He got lukewarm for like 2 games. I remember I saw him take it was weird. Anyways, but he plays for Canada World Championships, plays phenomenal.
Yep.
Put a good team in front of a goaltender sometimes, and guess what? Put Carey Price in Arizona. Put Carey Price with Buffalo. Guess what? He's not going to have Carey Price numbers. Now, he's not having Carey Price numbers right now with Montreal, but I'm just saying.
He's not Carey Price anymore. He's Carey Price.
And he just signed $80 million for 10 more years. Oh my gosh, this is going to be great. Anyways, so Ben will probably be the starter. They have all 3 goaltenders have NHL experience. So they have Scrivens, they have Kevin Poulin, and good old Blythe, Ontario. Shout out to the Blythe boys up there. Justin Peters. former
Let's
Carolina.
bump up to the blue line here. We got Stefan Elliott, 27-year-old guy.
Not a whole lot of depth in the Canadian blue line there.
No,
in terms of NHL
I
experience.
think their biggest push comes from the forwards. But
Comes from the forwards and then the back end and the goaltender, I think. Stefan Elliott, though, wasn't too bad. 114 points, 234 American League games. Not too many points playing overseas. Only 27 points, 59 games since he left. But
he's one of those players.
He's a solid I think he's a solid stay-at-home defenseman with not a whole lot of offensive upside. Matt Robinson's a guy that never could make it over in North America.
Nope.
However, he goes over to so he played in the coast. He never played. I think he played maybe 7 games in the American League. Goes over to the goes over to the KHL. The
Where
SHL.
is he from? Where's Matt Robinson? Is he from like the?
He's from Calgary.
Calgary.
Let's see, where did he play? He played for Alaska Anchorage back in the mid 2000s.
You see, I think it's just one of those situations where
he's playing for Moscow right now. Plays for CSK Moscow.
He plays better for open ice. I think that's
possibly. Let's look at his numbers. Last couple of years, let's see, 53 games last season, 21 points plus 19 playing for Dynamo, Moscow Dynamo.
And
this year he's playing for CSK, 22 points, 42 games plus 25. So, I mean,
it really goes to show that in some cases with these players that can't make it in the NHL, it's just that the rink is too narrow for them. I mean, me playing in, like, I've skated on.
You can barely skate. I don't want to hear it. I play better on open ice. My goodness.
I can skate. Okay, the last time you saw me skate was years ago. I'm pretty good.
You're pretty good.
I could play for Lucknow if I wanted to. Hey.
No, we can't. No.
Yeah, I can play for Lucknow.
No, just because Wendell.
The Keel brothers are coming.
Just because Wendell can doesn't mean you can't.
I can do it. I'm a real boy. Anyways.
Buy some gear and we'll see. So, like I said, defense is going to be interesting. No.
Timeout! Time in! As you're saying?
Oh, something hit my nose.
Oh,
Is there a fly?
That's weird.
Ow.
Timeout! That looks about right. Time in!
My face hurts.
You okay, buddy?
No, I'm in pain. I'm sick and bad.
Maybe just take a second to breathe there, alright?
No.
Just take a second there. We'll go up to the forwards here by myself. We got some names that you can recognize. Mason Raymond, played from 2007 to 2017.
Ramo Rama.
Got,
Former Leaf stud muffin.
Just over 500 games there, 546 with 115 goals, 136 assists with a grand total of 251 with a -2. -2, I don't think that really shows how...
He played for Vancouver when they were bad. He played for the Leafs in 2014. He played for
He's a good player.
Calgary when
He's
they
a
were
good
on the
player.
playoff team.
He's a good player. Wojciech Wolski. That's a name
Actually
I don't recognize.
Polish. He's actually Polish born, but born to Canadian parents. I think his dad played in the NA or in the Polish league. That's why.
Well, while he's looking that up, he's got 451 games in the Chell. 99 goals, 168 assists with a grand total of 267
first round pick back in 2004
points with a +17.
The Avalanche.
And I think this is probably going to be my favorite player to watch for this Canadian team is Derek Roy. Because
former
It's
Buffalo,
Roy.
former Buffalo Sabre sniper.
Yeah, former Buffalo All-Star. He was probably the best player on that entire team.
Was he an All-Star? Well, yeah, okay.
Well,
for the Sabres, yeah, he's an All-Star. Was he an All-Star? Let's have
I want to say that he played for the All-Star
let's
team
have a
at
look.
least once.
Nope, he never was an All-Star.
Really?
Well,
That's surprising. At least once, I would have said.
So he played for Buffalo up until...
738 games played with 189 goals, 335 assists for a grand total of 524
His best year came in...
29.
Best year actually came in weirdly in 2008, the year after they made it to the conference finals. He had 32 goals, 49 assists for 81 points. That was back in 2008.
Yeah, and then so he took a little breather there between his leaving the NHL and going to the SHL, where he's only played this year 39 games.
Oh no, sorry, that was talking about he played in the KHL.
Oh, he did.
I just talked about this season because
yes, because we're going on the highlights here.
Yeah, because he's had 33. It's probably
but no,
the best year so far.
39 games played, 11 goals, 22 assists for a grand total of 33. I love it when the numbers just go together with a +19. He's a good player.
22, 33. You just love that, don't
11, 22, 33. When they
so,
go together.
Group A, unless some crazy stuff happens, I don't see anyone but Canada.
Canada and Czech Republic. That's it.
Yeah. All right, so that is it. So now we have.
So now we've gone over the entire thing.
So we have to go through. Are we gonna do it? So let's do the top. May as well do the top 2.
We'll do the top 2 from each, and then we'll go to the.
We'll do the playoff and say who wins the playoff, and then we'll do gold medal, bronze,
Okay.
or bronze medal game, gold and silver. Okay. So
Okay. So
your
Group
top,
C.
your 8, your top 6, and then your 2. Yeah. Right. Okay. So yes.
It's top 6, and then.
Yeah.
What's it? It's the
2. Then it's the next 2. The next.
Yeah, the two highest scoring.
Or the most point. Yeah.
So Group C, I'm gonna go with Sweden and Finland because
it'd be hard
that's.
I don't know how you could pick anyone else.
I mean, Germany, they're gonna have to work hard for it. Norway,
I would like to see Germany do well because I know Olaf Kolzig's not there anymore, and Ruzicka has long since retired.
Yeah, so I think for them it's just gonna be
Ruzicka played for the Czechs. Never mind. Sorry.
The Scandinavian teams are gonna win that one. Group B is gonna be an easy one for me. It's the Olympic athletes of Russia and USA because I think Russia's gonna be in the gold medal game. Period. USA is probably gonna get a bronze out of this one. And then I have for Group A, I have Canada and the Czechs because Switzerland. Actually, no. Switzerland and the Czech Republic, that's going to be a good way to see because I think either way it could go, but I'm going to say the Czech Republic to be safe and hold my credibility because they're good players. They're not the greatest, but they're good. So those are my 6, and then if I had to pick 2 outside, I'd probably pick who was Group B? Group B.
Well, yeah, let's just look right here in the elite prospects.
I'm gonna pick. Oh yeah, that's right. And if I had to pick 2 outside of those top 6, I'm probably gonna pick Switzerland and Germany.
Switzerland and Germany. Who wins?
Who wins what?
Who wins that game?
Who wins out of Switzerland and Germany?
Yeah,
I think Germany can pull it out, but I'm gonna stick with Switzerland on that one. Because I think. Well, actually, no. I'm gonna pick Germany because I think their DEL experience and because they're good pros. They're good pros in the DEL, but we'll see how they play. What are your top 8?
Well, no, you got it. What's your bronze and what's your bronze medal game?
Yes, bronze medal game is going to be the United States versus Sweden,
and
USA wins.
Okay.
By 2.
Okay, and gold and silver.
Gold and silver is going to be Canada versus Russia, and then.
And are you gonna do the same thing you did in the women's video?
What? Where I say
pick against Canada to win in the final?
No, Canada's gonna win.
You're gonna say they win?
I think it's gonna be a really close game. I'm gonna say that it goes to a shootout, and you're gonna hate it because you hate shootouts.
It's a championship game. It should not go to a shootout.
It's the Olympics though, and it's gonna be literally Derek Roy, Ilya Kovalchuk, Pavel Datsuk.
Benny Scrivens is going to be the hero, and he's going to get signed to a 10-year contract by Dallas. And they're going to trade Bishop and Lettinen. It's going to happen. It's going to happen.
What?
Hot take. There it is. Ben Scrivens goes to Dallas. Or better yet, Luongo. You know what? Florida puts Luongo on waivers. He gets picked up somewhere. Scrivens goes to Florida. Reimer and Scrivens reunite. Let's go! All
right, I'm going to call it right now. Since you're saying a bunch of nonsense, Curtis Joseph starts for the Leafs next season.
Let's go. Let's go.
Cujo's coming back.
He is the best alumni game goaltender ever.
He is in shape.
Anyways, my turn. We're already at 1:15 or whatever the heck it is. All right, so
an hour and 17 minutes here.
Minutes.
But then we have to cut away and stuff.
Yeah, but anyway, so
your top 8.
My top 8. So Group C will be the Scandinavians, Finland, Sweden. Group B, it's Russia. It's so hard to not. You know what? You said the Czechs. I'm gonna say the Swiss and Canada in Group A. So Group B, obviously the Russians and USA, but Group A is Canada and the Swiss. I think Swiss pulls one out against the Czechs. Like I said, it's a 1-in-1 tournament. You win one, you tie one, you have a good chance.
And who are your 2 wild cards?
My 2 wild cards. Well, then it's gonna be
Do you pick the Czechs, Ty? That's the question.
I picked the Czechs, and I think they're gonna go up against the Slovaks. A little Czechoslovakian game.
That'll be good to watch.
In that game, it's up in the air, but there's not a whole lot in Slovakia. That's the problem. You just scroll back.
You think it's going to be probably like a 1-goal game kind of
Let me
thing?
just pull up my Slovakia. It's just like
They're evenly matched.
It's gonna be a tight game, and I think it's only gonna come down to the better goaltender. I'm gonna take a quick look back here at my goaltenders here. Jeez, Lako's been doing poorly lately. Then you go up to the Czechs, and they dominate freaking. It's gonna be a coin flip. I'm gonna go with Czechs. It's just gonna be like a 3. It's either gonna be a 3-2 game or a 6-5 shootout overtime game.
Oh, jeez.
It's gonna be either a really close game or a gong show. So my bronze.
Yep, bronze medal game.
Bronze medal game will be. I picked the Czechs one, right? Okay.
Yep.
I'll say. I'll pick. You know what? I think Finland and Sweden will do it. It'll be Finland and Sweden.
You think the USA is going to get bumped out?
I think so, because here's the thing: they're going to play Finland and they're going to get stunned by the goaltenders. They don't have enough scoring up front.
Ooh, that's a good point.
You can't change it. You already said it.
I know.
So I think Finland and Sweden, because it's going to be fun, because you have Finland and Sweden, the Scandinavian final.
Yeah.
The Scandinavian bronze medal game.
That's going to sting for 4 years.
Finland, because they love Kari Ramo, and I think Kari Ramo. We saw it when he played with Calgary in the 2016 playoffs or 2015 playoffs.
Oh,
he
that
has the
was 3 years ago, though.
He has the capabilities of stealing games. And in the bronze medal, it's one game.
So you're saying that he's gonna pull a fast one on the Swedes?
I think so. I think he has plenty. I think he can do it. Finland over Sweden, Finnish over the Swedish. Because
just stop right there.
And the gold medal, Canada over the Russians, because I can't pick against Canada, and it's gonna be the Russians. And here's the thing: all they have to do is literally slow down like those top 4.
I'm gonna ask you one question though. What do you think the final score is going to be?
I'm not going to go that far. I can't go that far.
You can't go that far?
Won't be able to do that far.
Well, even though he's not going to go that far, we're going to go for that far right here. We're going to shut her down.
Oh no! Wait!
What?
We gotta talk about
What?
We gotta talk about our new thing.
What are we going to talk about?
Our new thing.
Oh, our new thing.
Our new thing.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, you're going to hear this voice and that voice.
If you saw my Twitter, you saw me.
Not on video.
Well,
you're going to see You're just going to hear the beautiful vocal cords of yours truly and this guy.
I need some tea. This voice.
We are actually going to be started. Actually, we have already started.
Well, minorly started a podcast.
Minorly started a podcast.
You can't put it in quotes. It's a podcast. It's a laser.
Okay,
it's a podcast.
Laser.
It's a radio show.
Laser beams on their freaking foreheads.
All that's for sharks and freaking laser beams attached to their heads. Okay.
So we currently have it right now on SoundCloud because we're a bunch of rappers. Pipe it up, right?
Well, it's easy to get onto.
It's very easy to get onto, but they have a limited span. So right now we have it on SoundCloud, but we're trying to get onto iTunes and Google Play.
Google Play, there's something with the RSS feed. We're trying.
There's something that's wrong with it. We have to figure it out.
We had it published, but there's an audio crawl feed. Something wrong with it, but we're figuring that out. So we're on SoundCloud right now. But the reason why, if you follow us with me on Twitter, you saw that we already posted like an intro video. So we kind of explained it, but we'll kind of explain it quickly here. We want this is an hour and a half long video.
Yeah.
The last one's an hour and a half long video. We like to talk about stuff and doing it less than we try to say 15, 20 minutes, half hour tops. Obviously we're going way over that.
Right.
So
this kind of video is not like a quick hits.
No.
That's what our video segment on Talk Show Tuesday is what it's basically going to become. We're not going to call it quick.
Not necessarily. We can do quick hits whenever.
Okay,
I think what we're going to do, we have to figure out the scheduling. The only thing that's for certain is Video Game Shenanigans will be on Thursday.
My show!
But the podcast, we may shoot for Tuesday.
We may shoot for Tuesday, and how it might go is we'll probably record Monday night. That way it goes up on Tuesday.
Because it does take a little bit tough.
The reason why we're really doing this, and I think, when we were talking about it and we were deciding, it's a life dedication. You're dedicating your time and your effort and your energy to watching an hour and 20-minute video, something like that, where it's
and like we said,
just about 90 minutes.
Unless you have YouTube Red,
in which case you're paying to listen to us. What are you doing with your life? What are you, stupid or something?
That's why we think going on SoundCloud and trying to get on Google Play, whatever, you can SoundCloud has an app. You can click the app, press play, and listen to us, blah blah blah. And then Google Play, obviously, is more out there.
And if we figure out iTunes and something like that, it's just better for you if you want to listen to us on the go. If you're driving in your car, you can hook up the auxiliary cord, something like that. Or even
if you're really rich in Bluetooth, and if you are rich, guess what? Try to find a way to sponsor us.
We are going to be we have some sponsors lined up, by the way, but going back to the podcast, download the SoundCloud app if you do not already, or go to soundcloud.com. Look us up. It's the Keel Podcast, correct?
Keel Podcast.
Yep. Keel Podcast. Looks up on there. We currently only have the one introduction video, but we'll soon put another one up. Get us onto Google Play, iTunes, something where it's easier for you.
Maybe if we get really popular and maybe if we appeal to millennials, we can get on Spotify.
We could.
But we don't appeal to millennials.
Yet.
Well, you do.
Well, I do. I get them. Pipe it up. Am I right? Come on now.
Whoop.
Got him. Closing down. Shutting down.
My goodness, you are the worst at this.
Blowing out the candles. That way we get a nice little rise of smoke up in here. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages.
Makes you look like a fucking stoner.
Yeah, what's up? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. Alex Keel for Tyler Keel. This is the real Keel Show. The very Keel Show. The Keel Show. Talk show Tuesdays. Coming at you live
Even though it's Monday.
every Tuesday.
Even though it's Monday.
It's going to upload on Tuesday.
That's true.
Good night.